Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show, today with just Mark. Well, Sarah and Pam are off, but we're still going to have a great time. We are covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Give us a listen at lydiamediallc.com or wherever you get your podcasts, and feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com. Today's show is brought to you by UPI Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil or gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. And by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to weekend refreshments, don't botch it, squatch it. At 6 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com. Today we are joined in studio by John Blanchette and Justin Morin of the Community Little Theater. Good morning/afternoon.
Good morning.
How are you?
Mark, I got to say, I was thrilled to hear you got this gig because there is not just an opportunity, but a need for this kind of forum in LA. So I was rooting for you, dude. I heard it was the Lunch Bunch, and I thought, my God, this guy's finally going to get some sleep. Mark.
Not happening.
It's dark 30 in the morning. What am I doing here?
Yeah, I apologize for that. See, but in the podcast world, you got to record, then you edit and produce and upload.
Yeah.
So we record in the morning and then upload it in time for lunch.
How about the day before?
Oh, I don't know about that. Then the news would sound really weird.
Well,
that's
true. But it's guaranteed 100% accurate. Especially the weather.
True.
That's perfect.
That is true.
And how many people can say that?
I know. Justin, I'm getting the sense you don't really get up at 6:30 every morning.
No, I'm an afternoon person.
Yeah.
Justin is up at the crack of noon.
Crack of noon. Yeah. I like it.
No, just my job shifts to the afternoon, so I'm there till 6, so I don't get in till 10. So waking up before 9 is a chore. And this was definitely a chore.
Well, we certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, no, glad to be here.
I'm pretty sure he had a different word in mind, but he's just afraid to swear yet.
We have a couch behind me if you want to crash out. You're totally
yet.
welcome to it. We're going to talk all about CLT and their 85th season coming up in just a bit. But right now, let's take a look at some headlines for Monday, September the 16th. The Sun Journal reports that a 9-year-old boy who was riding a scooter was hit by a car in Auburn over the weekend. According to police, the boy did not heed a stop sign when he entered Newbury Street from Laurel Avenue. He was conscious and alert when first responders arrived. No charges have been filed, and the incident remains under investigation. The commemoration event marking the 1-year anniversary of the Lewiston tragedy will take place on October 25th at the Colisée in Lewiston at 6 p.m. The event will honor those who responded and continue to support impacted individuals. It will also feature music, performances, and information on a permanent memorial. Governor Mills announced that $8 million in grant funding is now available through the state's Community Resilience Partnership. The grants will help communities become resilient to the effects of climate change and reduce fossil fuel use and carbon emissions. Applications are available at maine.gov. The city of Lewiston is working to repair Park Street from Pine to Spruce Streets. Some streets will be closed and parking will be limited. Check the city's Facebook page for details. And the city of Auburn welcomed 7 new firefighters to the department. Congratulations to Connor McGee, David Rudolph, Aiden Beal, Mitchell Karen, Nick Weber, Isaac Escobar, and Charles Cassis. Weather today looks good. Sunny with a high of 82 and lows in the 50s. Cloudy tomorrow and Wednesday with high temps approaching 80. In sports, the Patriots lost to the Seattle Seahawks 23-20 in overtime. The Pats will visit the New York Jets on Thursday night. The Red Sox lost to the Yankees 5-2. The Sox hit the road to take on the Tampa Bay Rays for a 3-game series starting tomorrow night. It was a bad day for New England sports yesterday, John.
God, horrible.
Yeah. After 42 seasons of broadcasting Red Sox games on the radio, 77-year-old Joe Castiglione announced his retirement. Joe will remain with the team in an honorary ambassador role, and the team will honor him before their regular season finale on September 29th. The Sea Dogs ended their season with a 4-0 loss to the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. The Maine Nordiques, hey, they won a game over the weekend. They split a pair of games with the Maryland Black Bears, losing Friday 3-2 in overtime, and then getting some revenge on Saturday 4-0. Next up is their home opener against the New Jersey Titans Friday night at the Coliseum. Central Maine Community College men's soccer lost to Berkeley, New Jersey 2-1. The Mustangs return home to take on Thomas College at 6 p.m. Our fortunes can only get better from here, John.
Right, literally.
High school sports today in field hockey. Levitt is at Morse. Lisbon will host Shakopee Valley, and St. Dom's visits Gray New Gloucester NYA. Start time for all three of those games is 4 p.m. In golf, Levitt takes on Erskine Academy at 3:30 at Natanis Golf Course. Girls soccer, Lisbon at Mount Abram at 6, and in volleyball, it's Lewiston at Maranacook at 5:30. Now it is time for the radio segment that is sweeping the Twin Cities. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
It is time for...
Justin doesn't know his own name right now, Mark. Give him a break.
Does Justin need coffee?
I haven't had coffee yet.
Okay.
Sorry.
He needs a transfusion.
Well, this is a segment we like to call Famous People Birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for September the 16th. And being patrons of the theater and actors and producers
Absolutely.
and what have you, I'll be expecting a little bit of input here from both
this
of you.
Is exciting.
All right, good. We're going to start off with Alexis Bledel, 43. She played Rory on the Gilmore Girls. Yes, you a fan?
Yeah, she's. They talk way too fast on that show. I can't understand a word they're saying.
Do they broadcast in the morning?
No, but this is the time of year when everybody's obsessed with Gilmore Girls. For some reason, Gilmore Girls fall. It's a match made in heaven.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
It's a New England town. I don't know. They drink a lot of hot coffee in the fall.
Right.
Who knows?
We'll go with it. Amy Poehler, birthday
Yeah.
number 53 today.
Okay.
Love.
Yeah, she was the co-founder of the sketch comedy group Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yeah.
You guys familiar with that?
Yep.
Amy also of Saturday Night Live fame, and I think most people know her as Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Mark Anthony, singer, 56 years old today. Top-selling salsa artist of all time. I never knew there was such a thing.
Nope.
As a salsa
I love his
artist.
salsa even more than I love Newman's dressing.
Nice.
So, yeah, definitely.
Is a 4-time Grammy Award winner. Comedian Molly Shannon, also of Saturday Night Live fame, is
she's great.
60 today.
She's great.
I put my arms in my I put my hands in my armpits and I smell them.
Superstar.
That's right. She was also in A Night at the Roxbury, How the Grinch Stole Christmas,
Oh, the best.
and Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Fun
What,
movie.
do you remember her character's name that put her hands in her armpits?
Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Thank you
There you
so
go.
much.
Mary Catherine Gallagher. Yeah.
And there was a feature film, right?
Oh, yes.
Superstar.
Oh, yes.
Richard Marx, way back from the 80s,
Yeah.
is 61 years old today. He has sold over 30 million albums worldwide.
Wow.
Hold on to the night, man. Right here, waiting, satisfied. He's still very active, still
Yep.
touring, and on Twitter, causing all kinds of chaos on Twitter as well.
Well, who isn't?
I know,
Twitter
right?
is just chaos. Or X, whatever it is.
Jennifer Tilly is 66 years old today.
Oh my God, I love her. I saw her twice when I lived in New York City at the same Starbucks ordering the same thing, but I can't tell you what she ordered. I forget. But
That's the thing at Starbucks. You find what you like, and then you just order it for the rest of your
You
life
stick with it.
Pretty much.
until it's fall,
Yep.
and then it's going to be pumpkin
Yep.
everything.
No,
Right.
no.
Jennifer was also in all of the Chucky movies.
Oh, yes. My
yeah.
partner and I are obsessed with Chucky, so we have a life-size Chucky doll right next to our TV, and we're hoping to get her character's doll next.
So life size, that's what, 2 feet tall?
Yes, exactly.
She was also in Liar Liar with Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Back in the day. Comedian Lenny Clark is 71 years old today, Boston legend, and he also played Uncle Teddy on Rescue Me with Dennis Leary.
Right.
And let's see here. We are approaching the finish line. Mickey Rourke, 72,
Wow.
9.5 weeks.
Iron
The
Man 2,
wrestler, Iron Man 2. Yep.
which is not going down in history.
No, that wasn't that great.
Not his best effort.
Right. But then he came back with the wrestler was before Iron Man 2, but I think that was his big comeback. And it wasn't bad. Did you guys see it?
No.
Did not.
The wrestling? Okay.
No.
We'll move along.
All right.
Rounding out famous people birthdays for September the 16th, Ed Begley Jr.
Oh, my God.
75 today.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Yep. Got to interview him on The Breakfast Club.
No kidding.
Sarah and I, we gave him a call, and he talked to us for like 10 minutes. He was
Sweet.
fantastic.
That's nice.
Yeah, he was on St. Elsewhere.
Yep.
And did, what else did he do? This is Spinal Tap, one of the greatest
God,
movies
I
in
forgot about
history,
that. That's
right?
Yep.
Transylvania, 65000. She-Devil,
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Pineapple Express,
did
Batman
not see that.
Forever.
Of course.
And he credits John Belushi. This is what we learned in our interview with him. He had an issue with substance abuse, with alcoholism, and he credited John Belushi for his sobriety.
Wow.
Okay, I don't know how that works exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, but they were good friends, and that's the story Ed is going with, and he's sticking to it. Those are your FPBs for September the 16th.
And a moment of silence for James Earl Jones, 93, Darth Vader.
We did that last week. This is a daily show, John.
Yeah, but this is the only time I'm awake at this hour. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I find your lack of faith very disturbing, Mark.
We are going to let you know that if you need a heat pump, you can check the cover. If you need auto repair, that's under the cover. Independent mortgage lender, that's out back. These are just a few of the resources you'll find in the September issue of Uncle Andy's Digest.
Out now.
Along with jokes, funny stories, news items, shout-outs, business spotlights, an events calendar, and advertiser directory, Uncle Andy's Digest is your guide to, well, just about anything. Find them online at uncleandys.com. Our guests in studio, the artistic director for the LA Community Little Theater, John Blanchette, and the incoming co-artistic director, Justin Morin. CLT is celebrating their 85th season, which
Yes.
is just amazing.
Pretty
to me.
incredible.
John, you said you've been there for 84 of them.
I feel like I have. I do feel like I have, especially this morning. Funny thing.
So before we get to that, let's talk about the membership meeting that's coming up.
Sure. This coming Monday, which is the 23rd, we'll have refreshments available, and then 6:30, the actual meeting starts. Everybody thinks a theater meeting is just business. Obviously, there's some business we need to take care of. We're informing the public as to how we're doing and what's going on. But we're also recognizing some of our directors for having become, or apprentices who have become directors now. We are recognizing those people who've been volunteers throughout the year. We have entertainment. It's going to be a wide variety of different things. And most importantly, we're looking to bring people back. COVID hit us hard. We're one of the few theaters that came out on the other side of COVID better than we went in. It took a lot of legwork. I credit our executive directors, Eileen Messina and Jennifer McClure-Groover, for having really pushed, doing a lot of fundraising and doing a lot of the things we needed to do to stay alive. But recent surveys have shown that the average theater attendance throughout the country is down 25 to 30%.
Yikes.
That's hard on our bottom line. And we just want to bring people back. We want people to see the magic of the theater, to be part of it. There's so many different ways people can get involved. I know not everybody loves to get up on stage. You know, it's funny. Last time we had one of these, I invited someone up on the stage, and they said, "Oh no, I can't go up there. That's a stage." I'm like, "It's wood with lots and lots of layers of black
but
paint."
to you and to Justin
Exactly.
and people in
Exactly.
your group, it's wood.
But
it's a place.
there's so many amazing things to do. You could become an usher. You could work on set. You could do decor if you've got an eye for color. I clearly don't. Justin, on the other hand, does.
Very colorful.
Very colorful. Costuming. There's just so many different things that we need at the theater, and we want people to know that. We want to bring people in, let them be aware of that. We also have multiple families, literally 3 generations of families that are participating in the theater, and we want to celebrate that. It's community little theater. That's part of our longevity.
Aside from appearing on a future award-winning podcast, how do we go
If
about
this one doesn't get the Tony, I'm going to be very upset.
how do we go about bringing people back into the theater?
Come to the meeting. It's open to anyone and everyone. We really want people to just come in, hear what we're all about, and ask questions. See what we're all about. We have a great season coming up. We really worked hard to develop a season that we think will be a draw for our Lewis and Auburn audiences, and we want people to get involved in all aspects of that.
Justin, that's going to be a big deal for you because you are the incoming artistic
baton,
director.
sir.
The
Yeah.
baton is being passed.
Exactly. So I'm somebody that just came to CLT maybe 3 years ago, and since then it's just become my second home. I live in Auburn now, so it's just a great place to, I don't know, go and be part of a community. And I'm so grateful to have found that. And I just am really looking forward to sharing it with everyone. Like John was saying, like, this is our time of recruitment. This is our time of regaining our community. And so we're really just here to invite people to that. It's a party at CLT.
Literally.
I know for the last couple shows that I've been doing, it's just been such a high to get to know all the new people coming in and to keep working with the people that make that place go. And it's just exciting to now become part of the leadership team and actually help steer the community theater into just a great place for everyone to be. So
I have attended numerous shows at CLT, and you feel the warmth as soon as you enter the door. Someone is there to greet you with a smile. Are you here for tickets? Do you need will call? And as soon as you get your tickets, you're greeted by a friendly usher. It's just a really warm, inviting atmosphere. And then after the show, which the shows I've been to were all phenomenal, you get a meet and greet backstage.
Absolutely, or literally in the audience now. I love Bernie Frodier, for example. He's one of our head ushers, and he knows everybody because he's seen everybody come through. And he'll, how you doing? How's this? He's going down like 10 years of family generational stuff with them. He literally knows them that well now. And I love that about the theater. There's that family atmosphere and that sense of, we're all regulars here. We want to be here, and we're excited about what's happening here.
Yeah, the first show I ever saw there was Rocky Horror. And as soon as I walked in, Becca knew that I'd never seen Rocky Horror. So as soon as I walked in, I got a big V on my cheek.
yes, we all knew on that stage.
Is that why I was brought on stage?
Pretty much.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate it. LACLT's annual meeting happening Monday, September the 23rd at 6 p.m. And that's at 30 Academy Street in Auburn. It is an absolute gem within our community. Let's talk about the 85th season.
Yes.
What is happening?
We're opening with 1776. I am in the show, so very pleased to be participating and to become to be able to just participate in as opposed to orchestrate and all the other things that go on. 1776 is the story of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, literally the lead up to it. And 248 years later, Congress is still doing the same old stuff. They're arguing over trivialities. They're driving everybody crazy.
I didn't notice.
Exactly. The difference being back then, they could laugh together. They had spirited arguments, and that's a big part of the show. That's one of the things I love. We get some great lines going back and forth. I duke it out with Adams and Franklin a lot. And the issues are major, but these guys were not demigods. As Franklin would say, we're not demigods. We're merely men. We're trying to do the best that we can under circumstances that a more favorable God might have made easier. Something to that effect. Not my line. I don't have to know it. But it's a powerful show. It's a musical. The music is fun. There's also one incredibly intense song called Molasses to Rum about the slave trade. And the whole show hinges ultimately on whether or not slavery is going to be allowed. And that is kind of the hinge point. You got to come see it to find all the rest.
Yeah.
It's a great show, though. And I play John Dickinson, who, for all intents and purposes, is the Thanos character. I'm the villain with principle. Not really a villain. I'm the monarchist. So not very popular. I love this part. I've actually played it before 25 years ago. Wow. And I found the lines surprisingly easy to rememorize.
Good.
Which,
that's
is
great.
Huge. Yeah, at my age, I'll take it. But just a wonderful show. Great fun and a great cast. 24 men and 2 women.
Oh, boy.
So,
1776 premieres on October the 25th. Can folks get tickets right now?
Absolutely.
Right on.
www.laclt.com. You can order your tickets immediately. I think this is going to be a great seller. I really do. A perfect show for the election season.
Justin, are you in this one?
I am not in this one. Just knowing that I have a new position to fill, I'm trying to make sure that I can really dedicate a lot of my time to that and just make sure I'm there for the cast, for the directors, and just being present for that. I'm excited to come and see this one.
Let's get into that a little bit.
Yeah.
What are the roles of an artistic director?
Well, I just told you yesterday, Justin. Take it away.
Well, do you want me to start on page 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? So what I like to think of it as is the creative direction, like where's the theater headed, right? Taking what we have now and where are we going? And so within this season, my job would be, our job, your current, my future, is just making sure that we are there for the creative aspect of things. So helping out with the directors. So at some points during that run, actually connecting with the directors, seeing what they need help with or what are their strengths there, and really trying to cultivate that. So that happens for every show. And then just continuing what will happen in the following year. So part of the artistic direction is that they're not only focused on this season, but the following season. So the 86th season. Yeah. Right, to keep things going. So while the executive director, they're there for the now, I feel like the artistic director is there for the then and where we're going. So I could dive into a lot more.
Yeah. You also get to work with the apprentices, which is a wonderful thing.
Cultivating new people.
Exactly. And that's so necessary because you have turnover. We lost a lot of people in COVID. And I don't mean lost in the morbid sense, of course. Just simply that some people, due to job changes, life changes, et cetera, kind of phased out. And we need to bring new people in. We always need to bring new life to that group. And we're very fortunate to have a very diverse and talented group of people. And they all have their individual strengths, weaknesses, and special interests in terms of shows. So that's how we can help to keep the seasons more diverse and more relevant to our community.
And Justin, who is your artistic director?
So her name is Ashley. She's our current president of CLT, and she'll actually be stepping aside to, it's more like a lateral position, to the artistic director with myself. And I don't know, I'm just very excited to collaborate with her and just, all I keep saying is that it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I just feel like there's this new energy coming in with a new executive director team, the new president coming in, the new artistic directors coming in. There just seems to be this like very positive, collaborative effort coming in, and I'm just excited to see where it can go.
The question or the suggestion of having Justin and Ashley come on was an easy one because they have the passion. You got to come in with a mission in mind because you will be tired. There'll be times when you think, now, so. What did I get myself into? Well, that's true. You're already tired and you haven't even officially started.
Where's my coffee?
But you really need to come in with that energy and that passion. And that is so important because, as Justin said, you are looking not just at the current, but at the future as well. And you're trying to create those roots and try to direct the theater as best you can in that regard.
1776 premieres CLT's 85th season on October 25th. And then we move into Nonsense.
Well, if you have a show for 24 guys, you get to have a show for at least 5 ladies. You know, it's only balance. Funny thing, Communal Little Theater puts on Nonsense every 10 years. It's become, dare I say, a religion. It's a ritual for us. Our community loves its Franco-American heritage and that French Roman Catholic heritage. This show always goes over big because there are enough people that have gone through Catholic school or know about Catholic school and grown up Catholic that it's a fun spoof. It's not a negative thing. You know, it doesn't tear anything down. It just highlights the funny things and kind of makes you go, oh, yeah, I remember that. So anyone who's had that background is going to love this show. And these 5 gals, funny thing about being a guy in the theater, you have a pulse, great. You can be a lead. In the theater for ladies, like, okay, you've got to be a triple threat, weigh 102 pounds, and know jazz, tap, and ballet, and can do it backwards. It's amazing the competition for the ladies versus the men. And unfortunately, so many of our older shows are geared towards the men. It's great to have a show about the women and to get them to showcase their true talents.
And that brings us to May 9th for The Little Prince.
Le Petit Prince.
Ouais.
This is almost a fable kind of show. I really love this. And Brittany Anderson, this is really becoming her niche. She just did Alice in Wonderland. She loves these fable, fairy tale kind of pieces. She's got the great artistic sensibility to really make them come alive. Many people have read The Little Prince in French. That's literally how I first encountered it. And it's the story of an alien who lands on Earth and shares a little bit of his life with a human he meets. And you go to various planets to see how his encounters with other races have played out. And of course, it's just a metaphor for life. You see the types are types just like we would have here on Earth. It's just in a more fantastical landscape. So I think it has a lot to say about life, about interaction and communication, and empathy. Some people are going to say it's woke. I think that's a compliment. So I'm going to go there. Yes, I said that.
I'm also very excited to see the artistic, like the visuals that she will create, because she did Alice in Wonderland this past season. Visually, it was stunning. Everything about it was stunning. So I'm excited to see where this one will go.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't be like Star Trek where, okay, we changed the background color and we put a rock in. I know Brittany too well to know that won't happen. So,
And this season finale looks extremely interesting. The SpongeBob musical on August 8th.
So we always try to find a show that really is going to aim towards the young people. You want to grow your audience as much as you want to challenge your actors. Brandon is a big kid himself. I would say that he doesn't consider himself an adult yet, and we all still see him as kids because we remember him when he was 18, and he will always be 18 in my mind. But he's got that great sensibility. He's fun, goofy, silly, and he's going to bring it. He loves and adores SpongeBob. We really think that this season will grab our audiences. It offers a wide variety, and we're really hoping it brings people back.
SpongeBob is such a fun musical too. Yeah. Like the music from it, each song was cultivated by a musical artist that was then brought into SpongeBob to be woven into it. So it's really fun that each song brings its own unique style from whoever composed that music. I saw it on Broadway. It was so much fun. And again, visually, I'm excited to see what Brandon can bring to the show, because it could be very extravagant or a very minimal set. But the story behind it is just so fun that you'll be smiling the whole show.
Justin, you're taking a step back from performing for your new role, correct?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Okay, so I moved here 3 years ago, and I've done, I think, 8 shows in that time. I'm okay right now. I'm okay stepping back and just really dedicating my time to behind the scenes. But I'm also hoping that through the next year or 2 years being artistic director, that it will just help keep flourishing so that I can go back to performing and things like that. Because the whole part of the theater community is that you just keep going forward, you keep pushing it. And so I'm excited for this position. Of course, I belong on the stage. That's where I belong. And I'll be back, don't worry. But no, for the next foreseeable future, I will be taking more of a production assistant aspect of things for people, just being a resource to help the theater grow.
Do you think in the long run that will make you a better performer?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I think since I've been here, I've always tried to have some foot in the production aspect of things, but now to actually be at the helm and actually help enact change or help keep this momentum going, I think will just be such a positive thing.
I give him 6 months before he starts getting the itch.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing about this role. It really is, because you're just dying to be back up there doing stuff again. And to his credit, I knew that was going to be the most difficult thing for him. And he said, I will do that. I will forego that.
Is that how it happened for you?
Yeah. I knew when I stepped in the position, like, okay, this means I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So,
but I think the whole point of like the artistic director is that like I do it for a short amount of time and then keep passing it on, because we want it to keep moving. We want it to keep changing, because if we keep doing it the same way, like we're never going to grow. And so I think right now, like I'm just excited to help foster that growth, be the person to help bring in new people and help our community expand.
Anything else about the Community Little Theater that either of you would like to share?
I think just stay tuned. I know right now we're working a lot with our development committee to really try and create new fundraisers, new events, new things for people to come and do with CLT. I know that we're looking forward to something during the Christmas time, something during Halloween season, something during Valentine's season, just trying to be there for our community during these major holidays and know that there's a place for them to come and have a good time. So like I said, just keep an eye out for incoming news and events.
I also want to say thank you to all of our great sponsors. Without these people, we literally could not do what we do.
Oh, yeah.
They have been amazing and have stayed consistently with us throughout the years. We're always looking for more businesses who might be interested, and also individual donors, people who love the theater and want to contribute. So we're hoping that people will hear the message. For example, you mentioned United Piping, and I had to laugh. Mike is a dear, dear friend. We belong to a business networking group together. They donated $5,000 worth of work to the theater. Wow. So every now and then when we have a plumbing issue, Mike gets the call, and he's fabulous. He's just a great guy, and the deal I made with him is that I won't make him sit through one of my shows if he helps us out. So, although he did say he was going to come to 1776. So, if you're listening, Mike, you're going to have to come see this one.
Guys, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
We do like to end the show with a little game called 3 Random Questions. I think both of you have played this before.
I have not, but I've heard of it.
Okay, so unfortunately, due to budget constraints, you can't win anything, but you could lose your dignity. Is that cool?
I'm an actor. I already did that.
You did that. Okay, so no worries there. We just like to get to know you a little bit outside of your professional setting. So we'll start with John for question 1. John, what's your favorite way to spend your free time?
What? I'm sorry. Free time?
I know. Just pretend you had some.
What is this free time?
Pretend you had a meeting scheduled for a couple hours and then it was canceled. What would you do?
Go to the other meeting I was supposed to be at. Well, first of all, I'm a ballroom dancer. It's something I really am passionate about and I enjoy doing. We're getting classes started at the end of September, so I'm looking forward to getting going with that again. I'm an avid reader. I listen to books. I need to listen to more podcasts, so you've just inspired me, Mark, to go out and do that. Spending time with my girlfriend, Bridget. She has just transitioned to a different job, which means we're going to have more work-life balance. So that's something we've both been striving for. And she's almost empty nesting at this point, so I'm actually going to enjoy being able to spend more time with her, travel, all the things I don't do when I'm on stage.
Right on. All right, Justin?
My favorite thing to do is just walking. Whenever I have free time, like before the school year started, I had 2 weeks off, and I think every day I went on such a long walk with the dog, just exploring new neighborhoods, things like that, just listening to some great music. That's my ideal right there, is just being able to walk and go wherever. So love that. Love food, love it. Going to the movies, hanging out with my partner, and just having a good old time. Yeah.
Good old time. Walking's great, too. My wife and I have started to do that quite a bit. And anything that gets me away from a screen, I'm in favor of.
Yeah.
And you get some exercise, too.
And the dog likes it. So.
Yes. Speaking of food, Justin, your favorite comfort food?
Oh, my gosh. Can I be basic and just say pizza?
Absolutely. That's my answer,
Pizza is the best.
Yeah.
I love pizza, frozen pizza, regular pizza, make your own pizza. For my birthday, my partner actually got me my favorite pizzas from Chicago and New York City. Ooh. Delivered frozen. And so I got to eat like pizza that I lived in New York for 10 years that I got to eat in New York, and it was the best. So pizza.
Does New York have the best pizza in the country?
I'm going to argue yes.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
I would agree too.
With Chicago deep dish being a very close second.
I could agree with that too.
But the frozen one is not as good as real life. Like if you are going to get Chicago deep dish, you have to eat it in Chicago and get it prepared there. So
I will tell you, Justin, you're the first person I've ever met who enjoys both. Deep dish and thin crust.
Pizza.
Pizza.
It's all of it.
But to me, Chicago pizza is not pizza. It's a casserole.
It really...
You can make a case.
Isn't it?
One slice and you're like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
right. I'm good
I'm
for
like,
the week.
why? It also takes 50 minutes to create and make it and bring to your table. So,
Right. John, favorite comfort food?
I'm a pasta guy. I love my pasta way too much. Any varieties. And you know what I miss the most? Good old-fashioned Franco-American baked macaroni. You know, the macaroni with hamburger and tomato sauce. You throw it in a casserole dish, throw some melted cheese on the top. Oh my! It gets nice and crusty, and everybody fights for the top. Yeah. You all want that crusty bite. Yeah, it's for comfort, you can't beat it.
Is that the meal that some people refer to as American chop suey?
Yeah, except that never has the crusty part. I don't know what they do to it, but they forget to bake it. I
They
think
keep it for themselves in the school kitchen.
Probably.
All right, question number 3. John, what is one place you've always wanted to visit?
Greece.
Why?
Funny thing, I was reading Greek myths when I was 5. I was a geek. I still am a geek, so that's not a real surprise. I have always wanted to go there. When I studied at Oxford, I had an opportunity to go to Greece. I could have gotten there. I would have had £5 of money. That's it. To last an entire weekend. I know Greece is cheap, but it's not that cheap. Yeah. So I said, I can't do this. I ended up going to Scotland instead, which was wonderful. I have been dying to get to Greece for 59 years now. And I may just be able to do it this year. That's kind of where I'm. Bridget and I have been talking about maybe going in the summertime. We'll see what happens. Bridget says, I love old-ass buildings. And there's a case for that. I want to see the Parthenon. I want to go to these different places. But, I'm a Mamma Mia fan, so I want to go to the islands. And I want to actually be there and be able to say I did that. Just the history involved in it and the beautiful landscapes. That's something that really appeals to me.
Yeah. Justin.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm a spooky lover. I love everything scary, haunted, things like that. So I have 2 spooky places on my bucket list. I would love to go to New Orleans during Voodoo Fest.
Oh, yeah.
That's been something before COVID. I had saved a bunch of money to go there and things like that, but just due to life and circumstances, I never got to go, so that's still on my bucket list. And I would love to visit the Dracula Castle,
Transylvania.
Yes, I would love to go and just stay there or stay around there. I just feel like that would be so thrilling and exciting. Again, I like spooky things.
Yeah,
that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it all. That's honestly why I love CLT too. That the building's quite old and a little bit haunted, so it's fun to hang out there.
Sarah said she could feel it when she enters a building and it's haunted. Can you do that?
In certain situations, like if I'm by myself, definitely, because I know in my current apartment, it was built in the early 1900s, and you can hear it with every floorboard, but my dog will always stare into one space in the apartment, in this one room. Wow. And I'm always just like, Charlie, don't do anything. Just say hi and keep going.
Let's just be cool.
They're here.
Yeah, exactly. So
guys, this hardly ever happens, but your answers are so good. I just heard from the judges that you made the bonus round. So you get one more question.
Bring it.
Yes. Thank you, good? Judges. Thank you.
Well, we'll start with Justin on this one. It's one of my favorites. Justin, what did you learn about yourself during COVID?
I learned that it's okay to be alone. I learned that you sometimes need to sit with yourself and really identify the good things, the bad things, the things that need to change. And then it's okay to just be quiet and be at peace. And I think after living in New York for so long, I feel like I lost that sense of me that I could be by myself. Like there's permission for you to just be. I didn't always have to be doing things. And so I always try and find within my day that moment of peace, that moment of recentering, like, I'm good. And what do I need from that? So really just being able to look inward during COVID was very helpful.
It's one of the best answers.
Absolutely.
That's a tough follow, John.
Well, mine's very similar, too. I found some work-life balance. Yeah. I found that I wasn't just working, running to the next thing. All of a sudden, I was enjoying that space in my life, whether it be reading, binge watching a series, or some other activity. I wasn't just working and or doing something very specific. I took a little time for myself, and now that I've done that, I am extremely reluctant to go back to anything else. I'm really pleased that it's a shame it had to happen the way it did. I'm glad it did happen. I think for a lot of the country, it was a pause reset, and that's not always a bad thing.
John Blanchette, Justin Morin, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for getting up at the crack acid dawn to join
Thank
us
you so
today.
much.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
The annual meeting for Lewiston Auburn's Community Little Theater is happening Monday, September 23rd at 6 p.m., 30
Refreshments.
Academy Street in Auburn. Refreshments and all kinds of fun stuff. These are theater people. You're going to have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And the 85th season premieres with 1776 on October 25th.
There'll
out
be
and support.
excerpts from each of the shows we mentioned today that will be performed in some way, shape, or form at the meeting as well. So great entertainment going on.
Get your tickets at laclt.com. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Coming up tomorrow, we have Vernon Cox. He is a cancer survivor taking part in this weekend's Dempsey Challenge. Be sure to tune in for that as well. Have yourselves a great Monday, and we'll catch you tomorrow.